Have you ever thought that remarkable technology actually serves more to dehumanize us than improve us as people, or that things are moving so fast that we simply don't have the time to adapt our behavior and retain basic human social skills? If you have, you're not alone, and a well-known digital guru has co-authored a book to help navigate through the muddy waters of Techiquette.
Technology has undoubtedly improved the way we live, making our lives easier and more efficient. But have you ever stopped to think about the possible side effects that technology has on our lives? Because we need to ask ourselves, is it always for the better? Case in point, there was a recent news story in the US about a guy who got stabbed after he bumped into someone whilst texting. Then there are the countless examples of people who choose to document a potentially dangerous moment on their smartphones before trying to help those in danger. Tech Report even recently covered a story on how a Japanese company developed an app to help wean you off of the other apps that take up so much of your time. If I think about the social effects that technology may have on my kid one day, I shudder. Surely we should be able to negotiate what is socially acceptable as tech gradually becomes an even bigger part of our lives. And it's exactly this kind of thinking that spawned a Tech Etiquette guide for both parents and kids, written by 2 local authors.
For quite a few years, I've been regularly asked, what should parents do to deal with these kids who know more than they do about technology? And then Nikki Bush, on the other hand, has had parents for years asking her, as a parenting expert and giving talks at schools, how to deal with these kids who, same thing. So from a parenting point of view and from a technology point of view, we've been dealing with the same issue. And we both participated in a radio interview one day where we found that our answers were so in sync that we really should join forces and produce a guide to this new world of technology for kids and parents. Children are growing up what we call digitally nurtured. They're not digitally born, but they grow up in this soup of technology where it comes naturally to them because they're comfortable with it. And because they're comfortable with it, they also think that there are no dangers, and they expose themselves to danger by putting their identities out there, by making themselves accessible to strangers, and then communicating and in effect socializing with complete strangers who obviously have very different intentions with them compared to what they think their intentions are with these strangers.
The book aims to help you nip bad tech manners in the bud and teach your kids how to better navigate their own evolving world of tech, hopefully with some good ground rules laid down by us, the generation that had to adapt from the old way of living to the new.
We start with explaining how the world has changed and why parents can't afford to sit on their hands and just hope that everything will work out. Then we move into the kind of dangers that children face, and then how parents can deal with those dangers. And then finally we look at the positive side as well, how technology is in fact enhancing kids' ability to prepare themselves for this new digital world that's coming. But in between, and a crucial peg to the entire book, is the role of communication and parenting. So it actually starts with how you communicate with your child and your parenting role as the person who is responsible for the child's behavior, activities, toys, etc. Right now, South Africa is heading into a smartphone future where the entire market is making a transition from using basic phones to using smartphones. And that means not only every child is likely to be using a smartphone, but every adult is using a smart device with which they can communicate with children. So that has got huge positives in the sense that parents and children will be communicating on the same platforms and be able to coordinate their lives more effectively, but at the same time it exposes everybody to stranger danger.
Look, truth be told, I haven't finished reading the book yet, but already my eyes are open to the ways on how to stop my child from becoming another tech statistic. And of course, at the end of the day, the lessons that our children learn are not from what we say, but what we do.